treasury. Now, treasury, everybody will think about treasury and risk management. Both are the same, but both will be differ. Okay, treasury is a separate application component, separate component. Then risk management is a separate component. Risk management. Then under treasury, what are the topics which we are going to discuss? Let us see one by one. Once again, I'm just reminding. Money market, then forex, securities. So under securities, which we are going to discuss, it's a listed securities and non-listed securities. Then we will discuss about the derivatives also. Derivatives. Then once the derivatives will be explained, then we will discuss about the hedging concept, because without futures and options we cannot do the hedging. Then the next one is that trade finance. So under the trade finance, earlier in ECC we were calling commodity. In ECC we were calling this trade finance module as a commodities. Okay, so they just changed the name here, but we must have to integrate sales and distribution and as well as material management with in order to execute the scenarios for the trade finance. So these are the all these modules will be under one umbrella. One umbrella, when I say one umbrella, the transaction manager is the is the one umbrella. Under that umbrella, all these functionalities which we can able to see. Then apart from this, what additional topics which we are going to learn? Then interface integration. So now in order to supply the data, in order to supply the market data like interest rates, okay, as well as some exchange rates information. Okay, so all this information we would require is a then interface. Most are the cases Bloomberg or else Reuters can be used. Okay, how the interface will be integrated. Then the next one is that trading platform interface integration. So the trading platform, when I would say, if anyone is having experience in the investment side, you must and should have the demat account if you want to invest into the equities. Equities are futures and options are into the commodities. Okay, so for that one, we must require the trading platform system integration. For that one, most of the cases clients will be used 360T interface. 360T interface, that is one of the famous interface. Then we will see that one. Okay, so and each and everything workflow also we will see that one. Then under this there are multiple financial instruments are there. We will discuss each and every financial instrument. Then when I say the risk management, this is a treasury. Okay, treasury is a separate component, risk management is a separate. So under risk management, market risk analyzer, market risk analyzer, portfolio risk analyzer, portfolio risk analyzer, credit risk analyzer. So here it's a completely the risk analysis. Okay, what is the risk? If you are going to invest or if we are going to borrow money from the market, then what kind of risk we need to face. The risk maybe it is the in different formats, different forms. Okay, risk maybe we need to face market volatility or due to the some exchange rate fluctuations. It's a many things. If we talk about the risk, okay, we will see that one. This is a completely the analysis based on the current market conditions, based on the historical data. The people will do the analysis, will communicate to the management. Okay, but we will discuss one by one in detail. Okay, so now let us start the treasury. Okay, now when I say the treasury, so the what are the advantages the organizations which are going to gain? Okay, when we talk about the treasury, okay, it involves the management of money, and it involves the management of the, okay, risks. Okay, as I said a while ago, the risks in the multiple forms. Okay, then the TRM, okay, the treasury management, it involves it involves management of money. Remember, management of money and management of financial risks. Financial risks. Okay, so financial risks, okay, the risks maybe it will be into the different multiple forms. Okay, like as I said, it's a market volatility, maybe the exchange rate or some external regions. Okay, it's a different formats. Okay, so if we if we have the proper visibility of the cash inflow, cash outflow, okay, based on the business organization operations, then the management, the treasury department or the organization management people will take a decision on time. Okay, so to utilize the funds. Okay, so let us assume, let us take the scenario that is what we have started the discussion from the cash and liquidity management. Okay, so the main intention of the cash and liquidity management, what is the cash which is available in my bank accounts? Okay, if the management will have the clear visibility of the cash inflows, cash outflows, then they will take a decision. Okay, let us assume now there is a cash, excess cash, the management has been identified that one. Okay, let us assume during the cash flow, based on the cash flow analyzer report, the cash specialist or cash manager, they have identified that there will be some excess funds which are there. Okay, then when I say the excess funds, it's not the reserves and surplus, remember. Okay, so the reserves and surplus will be utilized for some other purpose. When I say the excess funds, okay, after keeping the funds, reserves and surplus, so the whatever the excess funds which we will have. Okay, so in order to utilize those excess funds, okay, then what the cash manager will do, they will inform to the treasury team. Okay, so let us assume we have the 1 million, okay, 10 million rupees, 10 million of excess cash we have. Okay, our organization, okay, excess cash is having our organization. In this situation, then the excess cash, when I would say, definitely they need to check with internal teams. Okay, internal teams in the sense, the basically the cash when we are making payment to the vendors, okay, they need to call to the AP team, accounts payable team. Then they need to discuss with that one, with the accounts payable team. Okay, this is the excess cash which we are having. Okay, how long would you require? Okay, so maybe there might be a situation, okay, in the next month they want to clear some vendor outstandings. Okay, so due to some XYZ reasons, okay, they need to discuss with the accounts payable team. Okay, once they would say, okay, now we don't want, let us assume the accounts payable team also has been confirmed that we do not want these funds until 6 months period. Over a 6 months period, okay, until to keep the funds, the excess funds idle in our bank account, what the treasury department will decide that one. Okay, then every business organization, remember, okay, in order to keep idle funds into the bank accounts, every business organization main goal is that okay, they need to generate the revenue on their investments. Okay, not the minimum, maximum revenue they will try to generate the revenue on their investments. Okay, in the same way, then the treasury department also will think that one, okay, where we can invest the this 10 million rupees, whether they will go for the business expansion. In order to business expansion, okay, they need to establish new office and new plants, whatever it may be, so on. Then they have already they have decided that they do not have such plans at this moment. They would like to do the investment, that 10 million rupees in different financial instruments. When I say the financial instruments, these are the financial instrument, uh, these are the sub components. Okay, so under money market, okay, let us assume the management is thinking in this way. Now I management, they do not want to take much risk. They are expecting some decent risk over a period of time. Okay, until the 6 months period, or until 1 month of the period, one year of the period time. Okay, so if I would say, when the management do not want to take the risk, straightforward they will choose a financial instrument is a fixed deposit. Okay, now they will go straight forward, they will do the investment into the fixed term deposit. So they will do the 10 million rupees as a FD, fixed deposit. Okay, so the fixed interest rate, once the maturity will be happen, the bank will be given the interest along with the principal amount. Then this is a one thing. Okay, let us assume the management is thinking that, okay, now today the commodity, the gold rate is the 60,000, which is there. Maybe the coming 1 year period of time, or 6 months period of time, it may reach until 60,000 rupees. Then they would like to invest the amount into the commodities, then let them take. But now the risk and reward will be there wherever you can go in treasury, in the market investments. Okay, so that is what, whenever you can see the mutual funds, anything, okay, the risk will be involved, subject to the market volatility. Okay, so that is the statement always you will hear. So now, in case, as you are expecting that one, the current rate is 60,000 rupees, it may go until 80,000 rupees. Then if it will go as per your direction, the market will move your direction, that is well and good. In case if the market goes in negative direction, okay, then instead of going up, it may go down, then you need to face the risk. Okay, now there are different kind of financial instruments are there. Okay, the management will take the decision. Okay, from, in which financial instrument we need to do the investment. Okay, then the advantages, if we talk about the treasury and risk management, the first thing is that the treasury will give the clear visibility of the cash inflows and cash outflows. Okay, so then second thing is that the current situation of the market. Okay, the current market, every business organization, okay, would required is a um, cash inflows, cash outflows. Okay, so in order to expand their business, let us assume, okay, now they are having the business in India. Now they want to extend their business into the some other country. Okay, now the purpose of the Treasury, either you can borrow money from the market or you can do the investment. We have discussed the investment aspect here. We have the excess funds. Let us assume our organization would like to expand their business into other country. Okay, now in order to expand our business into the outside of the country, then they must have to borrow money from the banks. Then each and you can see one thing. Okay, you can observe every business person. Okay, they will not invest their own funds into their business. Okay, maybe initial stage they will invest, but once the business will be established, okay, even you can think about Reliance, Adani, Tata, anyone, they will borrow money from the banks. Then I mean financial instruments are public, then they will expand their business. Okay, so now in this process what will happen, now I want to expand the business into the some other outside of the country or within the country, you can think whatever it may be. Then to in order to expand the business, then I would require funds, sufficient funds. Okay, now let us assume Singapore. We want to extend the, okay, Singapore we want to extend business. Now in this situation, what is the Singapore dollar SGD? Singapore dollar as compare with the Indian rupees. We have the around, let us assume 54 rupees something it is there. Now what is the INR? Okay, one INR is sorry. This is the one Singapore dollar is equal to 54 rupees. Okay, once this is the cost, this is the rate. Okay, Singapore dollar. Now today 11th April 23rd. Today if I borrow money from the bank, this is the exchange rate what I need to bear. In case maybe to establish my business, it will take 1 year period. Okay, to establish to construct the office, to establish the plant and to recruit some employees, whatever it may be, it may reach for the next financial year. Let us assume 31st March 31st March 24, the price may go up 60 rupees. Okay, here 54 rupees it is there, here 60 rupees it is there. So over 1 year period of time, the Singapore dollar the rate, the exchange rate which has been increased. Okay, now if we talk about straightforward, this is the loss for us, because of whatever the funds which we are borrowing from outside of the country, we must have to make the interest rate, we must have to bear the interest. Single single dollar 6 rupees, you can imagine how much funds they are going to borrow, millions rupees. Okay, so in such situation how they can minimize their risk. Okay, they will go for the forex. They will enter into the forex agreements, I mean forex contracts, then they will mitigate their risk. Okay, so it's a different ways to mitigate their risk. Okay, so now in order to perform all these transactions, now we have a three types of, okay, we need to perform three types of activities. Okay, front office, back office, okay, accounting. Okay, now let me explain you about the okay, transaction manager. Transaction manager, transaction manager supports the following TRM activities. Then one is a front office. What exactly front office will do? Now when I say the front office, what is the meaning of front office? Now if you want to invest your money or if you want to borrow money, you can think about other way around. Okay, now you must have to place the order. Okay, now if you want to deposit money with the bank, okay, the fixed deposit, then what you need to do, you need to place the order. Okay, so we need to create the orders or contracts. What I would say, the front office, we need to create the orders or it's a uh, contracts. So the when I say the contracts, for every contract there will be a validity period. Okay, now if you do the FD, fixed deposit, what will happen? Okay, every 1 year or every 5 years, whatever it may be, it is going to have a maturity period. Okay, even for derivatives also, for every contract will have the maturity period. Okay, except that security, I mean the equities. Okay, so even mutual funds also will have the expiry date. Okay, so everything, okay, we need to treat that as a contract. Okay, orders, create orders. Remember, we need to create the orders, or okay, or it's a contracts.
Sir, order and contract both are same, right?
Yes, yes, both are same. Both are same. So see, order is nothing but a, let us assume if you are placing the order, okay, now if you want to buy some equity shares, or if you want to do the investment in the FD, fixed deposit, then you must have to create the I mean, you must have to create the order. Okay, you must have to create the order. How much amount which you are investing into the bank, and when you are investing, what is the interest rate, terms and conditions, then when will be the maturity period, that everything you need to include in that one. Okay, that is what the order, what I was talking about.
So that means some of the financial instrument we call as a contract and some of the financial
Yes,
instrument we call as a order,
see,
right? Like equity.
exactly, see, when I say the contract, for every order will have the maturity period. Okay, now let us think about now if you have the invested in, you have entered into a contract which will be relevant for derivatives. Derivatives, monthly derivatives will be there, weekly derivatives will be there. Okay, so based on your feasibility, if you have entered into the agreement, I mean that I would say is a contract, then there will be and based on the expiry date, the contract will be expiry. So once that expiry will be happen, then the contract will not be valid. Then the next one is that rollover. Rollover is nothing but a, now let's say now the contract which I have entered into the April month contract. Now before end of this month, I want to I want to carry forward that contract into future. Okay, so maybe I mean May month or June month also. In such situation, we can do rollover also. Then
That is means only extension of the period, right? That is
exactly. Rollover is nothing but an extension of the period. Exactly, your understanding is true. Then then it's a termination of the contract, then exercising rights, then I would say termination termination of contract termination of the contract. So in between, if you feel that okay, so now if you want to terminate that contract, you can do that one. Okay, the front office activities. Then then I mean, I'm just giving the examples here. Okay, then tomorrow I will show you one more PPT. So in that it will have some more features. Then second one is that back office. Then what exactly back office does? Now I have created the contract. Okay, for each and every contract, the settlement need to be done. Okay, settlement of contract or order, settlement of contract or settlement of orders. Okay, orders. Then netting. Okay, netting is also one of the feature which we will discuss about this one. Then so back office netting in case if it is a configuration of letters. Okay, now the generation of the correspondence. Okay, correspondence. correspondence generation. Okay, so to communicate to the parties, respective counterparties. Then the next one is that accounting. Accounting. When I say the accounting, each and every business transactions which is relevant for the financial. Okay, every business. Now let us assume we have done the investment with the fixed deposit, the 10 million rupees. Then the 10 million rupees, it will be the impact on my financial. Okay, so the finance department will ask to treasury department for every business transactions, which every business transaction which will relevant for the which will have impact on cash or liquidity. In that situation, the every transaction need to be recorded into the accounting as part of books of accounts. Okay, they need to maintain each and every accounting entry in the accounts. Then now once the investment will be done, then the same transaction need to be updated into the accounting, because this is a very important one, because the cash inflow cash outflow transactions are important while preparing the financial statements. Now accounting. So when I say the accounting, the postings postings of the postings of the documents. Okay, so the bank transactions, bank incoming or outgoing. Okay, maybe the interest relevant transactions, whatever it may be, even month end transactions also, accrual and deferral transactions also. Okay, everything will be recorded in the accounts. Okay, each and every moment recorded into the books of accounts. Then reversals. Okay, now in case, now in finance, in case if the user has been posted document wrongly, what we will do as part of correction activity, we will reverse the document, then we will post the new entry in the system. The similar way, even in the treasury also, we need to reverse the documents. Okay, the flow, there are three ways are there. Okay, three steps are there to reverse the already documents which are posted in treasury. But now one thing is that when the documents which will reverse in treasury, you may not see the reversal document in the top of FI document. Okay, so meaning that in FI document, when we reverse, then on behalf of that one, the reversal document will be created at the same time. Then that option will show in the header at the document level. But now in treasury, when you reverse, the documents only will reverse in treasury. Okay, it will not create any reversal document in FI. Okay, again the contract will come into the active state. Again, if you want to do, you can redo some adjustments, then you can do some postings in the system. Remember, then the next one is that important accrual and deferral. Accrual and deferral is a month end activity where we are going to perform the activities. Then for interest rate calculations, then let's see. So these are the activities which we are going to see. Now it is working. Okay, so now in order to remember, in order to implement, in order to work the treasury module, there are few basic settings we must have to perform. Okay, without those settings, we cannot do the configuration, or we cannot run the any sub component feature. Okay, like money market or forex, whatever we want, there are few basic settings we must have to do this one. Okay, so so up to now, I just have given overview of the treasury and risk management. Treasury, okay, not the risk management, treasury. I just have given the overview up here. Okay, then if anyone is having any for any clarification needed, so please let me know so that I will clarify once again.
Sir, if you don't mind, can you explain the netting part one more time?
It's a
Back
net.
office.
See, netting part is nothing but a okay. Let us assume now uh, you have done some investment. Okay, now you want to do whatever you want to. I mean, see, let us assume the I mean you have assumed that the market may up direction. The market may go up direction. Okay, in such
Okay.
situation, okay, let us assume you have invested is a 1,000 rupees. Okay, per share you have bought is a 2 rupees. Okay, let us assume 20. Okay, then the quantity which you have bought is a 50 quantity. Okay, 50 into 20,000 share. I mean 50 quantity equity which you bought. Then total cost is a 1,000 rupees. Now the current price is a, let us assume is a 15 rupees. The quantity is a 50 quantity only. Now the cost is a at this moment is a 750 rupees only.
Okay.
Okay, now in order to in order to mitigate this risk, what you are going to do again, you are going to buy some more additional. Invest some more amount. I mean, you are going to invest some more. Let us assume again you are investing into the 1,000 rupees. Then again you are buying into the now the price is of 15 rupees, right? By
Hmm.
15, how much quantity? What you will get it? 66 quantity you will get it. Then here is the let us assume 66. The total how much quantity is a
Hmm.
116. Then what will happen here is that this and this and this. Okay, what you can do, okay, so this one and this one. Okay, 2,000 rupees here is the now what you can do, you can just make it as an average. Okay, what would be my average price? You are going to do net. Okay, make it average this one. Okay, then in order to overcome the risk, okay, that we will discuss in the scenario. Okay, scenario wise
Okay.
if we go, then you can understand here. Okay,
Okay,
that is
sir.
what I have not explained much more for each and
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Okay, now so these are the functions which we are going to the topics which we are going to discuss one by one. So these are the important thing. Under first we'll start with the money market. Okay, that is the reason first we started the sessions from the cash and liquidity management. Okay, so the cash and liquidity management will give the overview of the okay cash position, current cash and liquidity positions. Based on that, the management will take the decision. Then now what are the important things which we need to the now the configuration part? Let me tell you, there are the terminology will be repeated always. The terminology in the treasury: product type, transaction type, transaction type, flow type, condition type, then derived flows, then account assignment, account assignment reference. Then next one is that account determination. Then okay, PMP, position management, position management procedures. Okay, so these are all the terminology. It will be repeated for each and every component. But now understand here, the product, when I say the product, okay, each and every product will have the different functionality. The transaction type, some products will have the same transaction. Okay, now product type, what exactly the product type? Okay, now when I say the product type, okay, the product type, it is the financial instruments. It is the financial instrument when you are investing into the either investment or borrowing, whatever it may be, the product type. Okay, the different product types are there. Okay, the financial instruments is nothing but your product type. Let me, so now FD is there, fixed term deposit, it is there. This is also one of the product. Then it's a, now if you are entering into the contracts, now let us as a forex also it's a spot contract, future contract. Okay, it will be there. Derivatives will be there, equities will be there. So the, when I say the product type, it is going to represent the financial instrument, in which financial instrument we are going to do the either investment or borrowing the money. Then transaction type, what is mean by the transaction type? Okay, how you can differentiate? Okay, now I was keep on telling, repeating the sentence. Either you can borrow from the market, money from the market, or you can do the investment. How can you differentiate which which one? Either the money borrowed from the market, or we have invested into the market. To differentiate that one, the transaction types will play the key role. The transaction types is a 100 is the investment. Okay, 200 is the borrowing money from the market. But there are, don't think that one only these two transaction type, absolutely not. It's a depends on the product type which we need to choose the transaction type. Okay, always the transaction types will be associated with the transaction category. Transaction category also important. Okay, so the transaction category, without transaction category we cannot create any product type. Then one thing, okay, we will discuss in detail one by one. Okay, without explaining all these things, even I will not uh, let me. So one thing here we need to understand here. Now anyhow we are going to start with the money market. Okay, so then what I would suggest, if I go to the money market, there are standard SAP delivered product types are there. My suggestion would be for everyone, don't use the standard product type what SAP has been delivered. Let me go to here. Let me go to the SPRO. Let me show you the few the product types. Financial supply chain management. I was talking about come to the treasury and risk management. Initially, I talked about transaction manager. Now you can see under this transaction manager, under this umbrella, all the treasury functionalities are available. Now I'll just take a expand this one. Now you can see here money market, foreign exchange, securities, listed derivatives. O2C stands for over to counter trade finance. These are all the subcomponents are available under the transaction manager. So that is the reason the transaction manager will play the key role. Okay, all the components which we need to do the configuration under transaction manager. Now product type. Now you can see here, I just explained product type, transaction types, flow types, update types. Okay, position indicator, general valuation class. All these terminologies will be repeated in each and every subcomponent. If I go to the forex transaction manager, if I go down here, you can see here the same product type, it is repeated here also. Transaction type also it is repeated. Flow type, update types, general valuation class, position indicator. All these terminologies will be repeated. But remember, it depends on nature of the business product type. Okay, you need to decide that one, which transaction type need to be associated, which flow type needs to be associated. That we will discuss in detail. Okay. Now, what I was telling that the product type under the money market, what are the standard product type which has been delivered by SAP? Now you can see here 51A, 52A, 53A. Okay, these are the, okay, wherever you can see the 5 series, all has been delivered by SAP. Somebody has been configured here for their own requirements. That is the reason, do not use any standard SAP delivered product type for your practice purpose. Why I am repeating this one? If you use the standard product type, you will not understand what is the logic behind that, how this product type, the function it is working. Okay, so for our practice purpose also, what I will do, I will create a new product type, enter everything. I will create new setup. Okay, then I will do the new setup, then I will replicate the scenarios, okay, in front of you. Okay, even you can also follow the same way. Okay, so in case if sometimes if you are not familiar, okay, even still you tried multiple times, though the system is throwing that error, then you can copy the product and you can just change it the name. But my suggestion would be, do not even use the copy option also. Okay, so then tomorrow onwards we will start the discussion of the money market. Okay, we will discuss one by one: product type, transaction type, transaction category, flow type, update types. Okay, so everything we will discuss one by one. But before that, there are few basic basic settings need to be done. Then once that will be completed, we will jump into the, okay, the main configuration of the treasury and risk management. Okay, so then one moment. So okay, so tomorrow what we will do, the basic settings we will complete. Once the basic settings will be completed, then we will start the structurization of the product. We will discuss about that one, how to structure the product. Okay, when I say the structure the product, okay, what information is to be required? Okay, if you have a excess funds of 10 million rupees, in order to invest that 10 million rupees into the, into with, I mean, let us assume, okay, you are doing a fixed deposit. In such situation, what kind of okay, what things need to be taken care? Okay, how you can structurize the product in the system? Okay, then as a treasury consultant, okay, as a treasury consultant, what configuration need to be done in the system? But before that, the cash manager will call you. Okay, now we want to do the investment, so and so product into the market, then you can do the configuration. They will simply say that one. As a treasury consultant, we need to understand each and every step, then we need to do the configuration. Okay, that is what, before do the configuration in the system, we need to structurize the product. Okay, I mean, I will show you into one in the Excel sheet so that it will be useful for us. Okay, how we need to structurize the product, then what kind of configuration to be required to that particular product type. Okay, we will see that one in detail in tomorrow's session. Okay, I'm just stopping this one. So if anyone is having any further